This is the October 23rd, 2013 City Council Finance Subcommittee. President myself, Councilor Hagan, Councilor Rist, and Councilor Cobb. Starting with the minutes of two prior meetings of September 25th and October 9th.
Justin has changes, which
It's some minor
memory, so
typographical changes.
we could approve them or we could wait. It's up to you.
I have no problem with approving them, not substantial enough.
Well, you move, so I don't have to.
I will. I make a motion to recommend approval of the minutes of the previous two meetings.
I'll second it.
No, I'm seconding.
Oh, you're seconding, okay. Because you already got it in
I
your
already
computer,
typed
so okay.
I just copied from the last one.
I see, that's why you want to adjust it.
Cheated.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor's communication. Melissa, you can step in for the mayor if you have any words of wisdom you want to give us. Public speak. Barbara, maybe something you want to speak about from the public, or you're all set?
She's not public.
New business. The first item, the request for a principal assessor. I've talked to Mark. Mark was out a couple days last week. I know he's having a problem with his foot and that. But anyway, the Board of Assessors is meeting today at 5:30, and they haven't continued the process. And then he also has the Department of Revenue coming next week. So I think we're going to have to put that over to our next subcommittee meeting, but I will set a public hearing on it at the next council meeting, if that's okay with you two gentlemen.
So I thought the idea was to set a date. Doesn't even need a date. Is that what you're doing? Setting
At the next-
Yes, I'm going to set a public hearing at the next council meeting for the, I believe our next meeting's the 6th. I'll set a public hearing for the 20th. But we'll get Mark in. He's going to be ready. He put it on his calendar to come in on the 13th, the subcommittee, and report in.
Okay.
By then, he'll have talked to Department of Revenue and the Board of Assessors. So we'll move that one. Interdepartmental transfer, $7,150 for the November 5th city and state election costs.
Since I know that we would go into deficit, we would still have to have an election. I have no questioning on this, and unless any other member has, unless Barbara wants to add something.
You just want to add a little, Barbara, for the public record?
I just wanted to say that for the October 8th primary, we spent $6,241.76. So pretty close to 7,000. We don't have to have police officers at the schools this time because there is no school, but I'm hiring extra people because we have a double election. 2 extra per precinct per shift. So it probably will come up close. Postage, I asked for a little bit extra there because we are mailing out 2 ballots at the same time, so that's adding on to the postage. Ordinarily, I probably would ask for money for programming and things like that, but because we're being a test site for Precinct 5, the company's going to be, I'm not sure if they're going to pay for printing of all of our ballots or just the Precinct 5 ballots. And I'm not sure if they're going to pay for all of the programming or just programming of Precinct 5. But it'll be a little bit of
Some money coming.
some money. Yeah, and I did give you a little bit of, which had nothing to do with this one, but I did want you to know that the money for the spring
The past
election, it's coming, but apparently what happened, we're going to get $12,468. It was approved right before the end of the...
You're talking about the reimbursement?
Yeah, the reimbursement. Got approved right before the end of the fiscal year, so then they have to bring it up again.
How much is that? 12,000 something?
12,468. For these 2 special elections, we will not, the only thing we're going to get is money for what's called extended polling hours, which we get for every city, state primary and election. We get that, we've gotten that for years and years for 3. It used to be, I guess, that precincts opened at 10, and now because they open at 7, we get money for 3 hours.
So the state always pays that,
Yep.
whatever they
Well,
But
we'll
they're
get
not
that.
giving us anything for this
Nothing,
one, huh?
no.
Because it's happening at the same time as another election?
No, because I was told that the spring events were a state mandate that came about recently because that changed when Mitt Romney was in office, when a congressional seat
Yeah.
came up. So that was a state mandate from that. These are just vacancies that happen with that particular election because it was something that changed because of the legislative action. That's why we got reimbursed for that.
Now, obviously, Barbie, you need this money to pay the workers, which I understand.
Which is gonna be the day before the meeting.
So obviously, I have no problem with it. When you get like the 12,000 back, does that just go back into that same budget, or what would
Well,
happen, Melissa, to
yeah,
the,
Normally,
or does it go to the general fund, or
Because that
whatever?
was last fiscal year.
yeah,
Right.
because it's last fiscal year and you appropriated last fiscal year and anything that she spent or didn't spend rolled into the fund balance, her reimbursement for last year is going to go back to the general fund, like where it came out of free cash or reserves. So, but normally, if she was to get money within the fiscal year, she uses it to keep that account whole. But it can't carry from year to year.
Because it's last year's.
So it goes into this year's general fund?
It's a one-time, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Into like free cash for this year. then.
no, not free cash.
Free cash or?
It goes into miscellaneous non-recurring receipts,
Okay.
which is part of, we get all sorts of one-time things like that.
It's ridiculous, it took that. I mean, it's just ridiculous,
Well,
I think.
I'm not gonna pay my bills. Except as slow as I can. Especially my state tax.
Yeah, try that one, Dave.
Delayed.
Yeah, but this one, it
And we
says,
did that one.
yeah, we got money for extended polling hours, we'll pay for the...
Enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna pay for the cost of programming the Automark, which I don't know how they're gonna do that, because part is city and part is state. It says, we do not provide full reimbursement for other aspects of the election. Just because it's just a...
And this is a new machine that ours are getting old, is this a
Oh,
test? You said it's a
the
test
test?
only in
Yeah,
a couple of,
it's the same-
cities, or?
Yeah, us and Quincy. They didn't know we were having dual election until after they'd already talked to me about it. But it's the same company that we've used, that we bought our equipment from, that we use for census, we use for a lot of different things. And, yeah, they're gonna come tomorrow with the equipment and show me how to use it. We're gonna test the precinct 5 ballots. But basically it's gonna be the same.
Just my name's on the ballot, everything else
Yeah,
doesn't
it's the
matter.
same thing, you
Just
fill
keep
in the
turning them.
oval, people will just put their ballot into this new machine for the city election. And at the end of the night, it'll print out from there. But I think that the technology is very similar.
I was just gonna say, does it?
Yeah, if you want to stop in and check it out. Precinct 5, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
I have no discussion.
Dan?
I'll move that we approve.
I'll second.
Having a motion and a second, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Very good, thank you, Barbara.
Okay.
I don't know if you probably don't want to stay for the rest of our
Let me
exciting
see
meeting.
what's on your agenda.
For continuing business.
I don't have
Parsons
much.
Street Fuel. Parsons Street Fuel, we have a public hearing already set for November 6th. 13, we have not voted on this item, however, so I didn't know if there's any further discussion on it, and any other questions you had for Melissa.
I know, and I just,
I've done.
it's a,
I think we talked it through much.
Right, no, I agree. I mean, again,
changes happen.
we got to heat the school, and we can't let it go to seed.
We were kind of
I know.
Oh,
Thanks, Barbara.
if it gets sold earlier,
We may get,
get some reimbursement.
we get that.
You don't. The money goes in the sale of surplus property funds to be used for capital expenses. It doesn't go back.
No, but I mean, we only pay the bills we get monthly for heating. If we sell the thing, we're not paying the bill.
Yeah.
So this
Would
would
it-
have a balance at the end of the year. That was all I'm saying. That's what I meant.
This would go into a fuel account, right?
It's
I mean, it
going
wouldn't go into like a Parsons school account, it'd go into a fuel account
No,
that
that's-
you already have money into that you pay bills out
You
of.
pay bills out, but we just expect.
Whether it's a
because we
fuel
didn't
bill for the public safety or fuel bill for Parsons Street School. you're
Right,
gonna
and
be-
in theory, like you said, if we didn't have to heat the school, we wouldn't need an extra $20,000, and it would close out at the end of the year, like all
Assuming
other...
we didn't get a extremely cold winter that could.
Exactly,
I mean,
where-
you'd never know how much fuel you're gonna use.
Right,
also.
and so then,
I mean,
you know...
it's a guesstimate of what you're gonna use for fuel.
could be eaten up by other, other fuel costs. But in theory, if we sell it earlier and we don't have to heat the school, there should be money left in the fund, provided we appropriate enough fuel money for all the other buildings.
Right.
No, prices are going down, so maybe we'll get lucky. Do we need a motion?
We need a motion unless there's further discussion.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, having a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
right.
Public hearing is set for the...
Public hearing is set for the 6th on that item, and I'm going to set the public hearing for the 20th on the assessor's classification process. And we already have a public hearing set for the election already set for the 6th also. I set that at the last council. So we'll have public hearings
After the election, so we're...
the day after the election.
We're gonna have to pay for it after.
Right.
Well, we're just putting money into a fund.
There was 2 audience members at our council that did question me after the meeting of how we can do that one day after the election, to appropriate the money.
Because we're not really paying all the bills right away.
Everyone gets 30 days,
Isn't that true?
at least a week before the payroll is churned. Okay, our next meeting, it'll be November 13th, hopefully.
Meeting, we like it, adjournment.
Any motion to adjourn, Councilor Cobb? Or do you have other business? You look like you
None.
might have other business. I mean,
I
I have none for finance. I'll move to adjourn.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
have...